Hello Detroit Lions fans. Welcome to the channel and to this great update. The future of some important players on the team is at stake. Will the team be able to keep its stars for 2025? Stay until the end and find out all these details and much more. Before continuing, leave a like to support this video. It doesn't cost anything and it helps us a lot. We have a goal of reaching 2,000 subscribers here on the channel. So help us out with your humble like, and if you are new here, take the opportunity to subscribe. Our goal is to always keep you updated. Thank you. The Detroit Lions interior defensive line was a point of consistency in the 2024 season, led by the duo Alim McNeill and DJ Reader. Together, they totaled 6.5 sacks, 49 quarterback pressures, and 65 total pressures, forming a solid foundation for the team's defensive sector. With McNeill under contract until 2028 and Reader until 2025, the Lions are guaranteed the presence of these pillars for at least one more season. However, the depth of the position remains a major issue to be addressed. Let's dive into the contract details of each player who joined the interior defensive line in 2024. Alim McNeill. McNeill continued his strong performance in 2024, following up on his excellent 2023 season. He accumulated 3.5 sacks, 38 quarterback pressures, and 45 total pressures, earning a 79.6 overall grade from Pro Football Focus (PFF). Signed through 2028, McNeill is a key piece of the Lions' defensive system. He will have a $6,136,000 salary cap hit next season and still has $24 million in guarantees remaining on his contract, a figure that reflects his importance to the franchise. DJ Reader. Reader had a solid inaugural season in Detroit, recording 3 sacks and 20 pressures in 15 games. Signed through 2025, he will represent a $12,243,000 salary cap hit in 2025, with $4,972,000 in guarantees remaining. His presence is essential to balancing the defensive line, but the Lions will need to consider strategies to extend or replace his production in the coming years. Levi Onwuzurike. Levi Onwuzurike played in 16 of 17 games in 2024, starting 10 of them. He recorded 1.5 sacks, 29 quarterback pressures, and 45 total pressures, earning a 69.4 overall grade from PFF. Despite his solid numbers, he will be an unrestricted free agent this offseason. Given his consistent production, General Manager Brad Holmes is likely to work on re-signing him. Pat O'Connor. O'Connor was a key reserve defensive lineman in 2024, but his statistical impact was modest. The 31-year-old has recorded just 1 sack, 9 quarterback pressures, and 10 total pressures in 12 games, earning a 43.5 overall grade from PFF. As an unrestricted free agent this offseason, it's possible the Lions will opt not to re-sign him. Mekhi Wingo. A 6th-round pick in 2024, Wingo played in 11 games as a rookie, recording 9 tackles and 5 total pressures. He earned a 52.6 overall grade from PFF. Wingo is under contract through 2027 and will have a $1,006,700 salary cap hit in 2025, with $140,100 in guarantees remaining. Still a work in progress. Wingo could earn more cap space next season. Kyle Pico. Pico played in just 5 games in 2024 before being placed on injured reserve. He recorded 2 tackles and became an unrestricted free agent at the end of the season. At 31 years old and with a recent injury history, it's unlikely he'll stay in Detroit. Broderick Martin. Much like his rookie season, Martin had a minimal impact in 2024, appearing in just 2 games. He is under contract through 2026, with a $1,446,568 salary cap hit in 2025 and $428,756 in remaining guarantees. His limited production could put him at risk of being released. Myles Adams. Acquired late in the season, Adams played in 4 games for the Lions, recording 4 tackles and a sack. With a 57.6 overall grade from PFF, he will be a restricted free agent this offseason. Should he receive an offer from another team, the Lions will have the option to match it. Chris Smith. Smith, an undrafted free agent in 2023, appeared in 5 games in 2024 and finished the year on the practice squad. He signed a futures contract that will count $960,000 against the cap in 2025, but he still needs to prove his worth to remain on the roster. With a mix of established talent and young up-and-comers, the Detroit Lions have work to do to keep their defensive line competitive. Re-signing productive players like Onwuzurike and finding alternatives to bolster depth will be priorities for the upcoming offseason. The Detroit Lions, one of the NFL's most promising teams, are considered a prime destination for elite defenders looking not only for success, but also for a chance to win a Super Bowl. And now, the name that has emerged at the center of intense trade rumors is that of Cleveland Browns defensive end Myles Garrett, who officially requested a trade on Monday. A true force of nature on the field, Garrett has been named All-Pro 4 times, solidifying his status as one of the best defensive players in the league. His combination of strength, speed, and intelligence is a nightmare for opposing quarterbacks. However, acquiring a player of that caliber is a daunting task. Brad Holmes, the Lions' general manager, made it clear recently that trading for elite pass rushers is not easy. In his end-of-season press conference, he mentioned the difficulties of finding impact players available on the market. Still, if the Lions decide to invest heavily in Garrett, the price will be high, whether in draft picks or valuable players. Here are 3 potential trade proposals the Lions could make to bring Myles Garrett to Detroit and further strengthen their defense in their pursuit of the Super Bowl. Proposal 1, Lions receive Myles Garrett and a 2025 third-round pick via Buffalo. Browns receive 2025 first-round pick, 2025 third-round pick, 2026 first-round pick, and 2026 fourth-round pick. This proposal is based on giving up significant draft capital to avoid adding players from the current roster. Brad Holmes has shown a mastery of identifying talent in the draft, but with the Lions aiming for the Super Bowl, the idea is to have those picks closer to the end of the first round, lessening the impact of the loss. The sacrifice of multiple first-round picks would be offset by the addition of Garrett, one of the NFL's best pass rushers, who would immediately boost Detroit's defense. The Browns' added third-round pick would help soften the loss in the long run. Proposal 2, Lions receive Myles Garrett. Browns receive Hendon Hooker, 2025 first-round pick and 2026 third-round pick. This trade involves Hendon Hooker, a promising quarterback, as the centerpiece of the deal. With uncertainty at the QB position in Cleveland, Hooker would be an interesting bet for the future. Although he is still unproven in the NFL, his potential could be attractive to the Browns, especially if combined with draft picks. For the Lions, giving up Hooker would be a necessary sacrifice, since the team is already confident in Jared Goff's performance as a starting quarterback. With Garrett on the roster, Detroit would add a defender capable of transforming the dynamics of games. In the short term, the Lions could look for a veteran to be a backup or even draft another QB in later rounds. Proposal 3, Lions receive Myles Garrett and a 2025 third-round pick. Browns receive Brian Branch and a 2025 second-round pick. This would be a painful trade for Lions fans. Brian Branch, one of the league's most promising young safeties, has already established himself as a key part of Detroit's defense. However, with salary cap restrictions and the need to prioritize future contracts, the Lions may be forced to choose between Branch and other defensive talent. Cleveland, on the other hand, would receive an extremely versatile player capable of playing safety or slot cornerback, as well as a valuable draft pick. Detroit, despite losing an emerging talent, would gain one of the league's best pass rushers, balancing the impact of the trade. Regardless of the proposal chosen, Bringing Myles Garrett to Detroit would represent a quality upgrade on defense. With championship aspirations stronger than ever, the Lions may decide that the immediate impact of an elite player like Garrett is worth the sacrifices down the road. Now, it remains to be seen whether Brad Holmes is willing to open up his coffers or draft capital to make that ambition a reality. Comment now and leave your opinion. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay updated. See you soon.